So Mary gets there and she sees Chelsea's name. Girl. Welcome to the Chisme Corner. I'm your host, V. Rivera, your Latina amiga and go-to chismosa for all the chisme that actually matters. Latina motherhood, beauty, navigating life in your 30s, and keeping our mental health in check. We're keeping it raw, relatable, and a little spicy. We'll also be getting into pop culture topics and all the best reality show tea, porque tú sabes que I love me some tea. So get comfy because the chisme starts now. Whoo! All right, guys, we have an episode today. Okay, so I did a little poll on the Chisme Corner Instagram, and I asked you guys if you guys wanted the tea on Selling Sunset after the reunion, because I was going to get into it before, but I was like, you know what, I want to wait till after the reunion because oh my God, so much went on that reunion and just in the season in general, which is really crazy. I did not expect this much drama to come out of this season. But we were blessed, to say the least, with Chisme that is fucking out of this world. All right, so I've been watching Selling Sunset since it came out. That's with the OGs, with Kristen and Quinn, with Heather, Mary. What's that girl that left the office that had an accent? I always forget her name. But yeah, basically like all the OGs, Amanda. I've just always been a Selling Sunset girly, okay? That being said, I don't know what Christine got going on, but she needs to get her little ass back over here and put some of these bitches in check, because I'm telling you, one thing about Christine though, like she got a really bad rap and she was kind of looked at as like the bully, the mean girl, like, but she was always a bitch, like, but she never tried to be something she wasn't. Like she was always a bitch. Like when she was playing nice, but her character, like her main, she's a bitch. Like she always has something to say. Like that's just her. Like she's just like a bitchy diva. That's how I've always viewed her. And honestly, I always loved Christine. Like there were some times where I was like annoyed by her and like the shit that she would say or do. But people are now saying like, listen, Christine was looked at as the villain, but Chrishell has been the villain all along. And I'm just like, I don't know. We have to unpack that. We got to get into that because I will say I like all the girls in their own different ways. Like I don't hate or like dislike a character. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I don't like Nicole. I've never liked Nicole. I don't know. There's just something about her that I don't like it. I feel like when she talks to people, it's almost like she thinks she's like above everybody. And I don't like people like that. But I don't get a vibe from her either. Like I don't know. She just has like zero personality to me. She's like a wet mop to me. Like there's nothing about her that like, I'm like, oh my God, that's my girl. Like I love her. And the other girls, like, yeah, I've always had a soft spot for Mary, Chrishell, Amanda. I feel like Amanda has such an amazing story, and it almost makes me mad that like she has she's in the show, but she has like zero storyline anymore, when she used to have like a really good storyline and it was about real shit. Like, you know, like she was talking about single motherhood and like trying to fucking make ends meet. And I feel like she had such a realistic, like people could relate to her, you know, but now it's just like, I feel like she's just caught up in all the drama, or she's always like kissing Mary's ass. But I don't know. I just feel like she has so much more to offer and I wish she would. In the first few seasons, I always had a real soft spot for Chrishell because she was also another one that was like talking about her struggles. Like she grew up like really poor and, you know, both of her parents have passed, and she was also going through her divorce with her ex-husband, and she had a lot going on. Like she had the show like on her back. Like she was really like putting up storylines, and then she had the whole thing going on with Christine, and like the girls were really giving it to her at one point. Like, so I just always had like a soft spot for her, and I always felt like she was like the underdog. Like she was the one that would be quiet. She wouldn't say anything. Like she didn't want any confrontation. But now that she's actually speaking up for herself and she's not taking any bullshit, now she's the villain, and I don't like that. I don't like that because I feel like Chrishell, you don't have to agree with everything she does or says, but I feel like she has put up a good amount of boundaries, and she knows who she wants in her life and who she doesn't, and she knows how to play the game as well. Like when it comes to reality TV, like we have to be very mindful that this girl has been she's been in the game forever. Like she's done soaps, she's an actress, you know what I mean? But I feel like she has come to the point where she's just like, I'm not taking any shit anymore. And if that is her being the villain, then fuck it, you know? Like she's got to do what she's got to do. And there are times where I'm frustrated with her too. Like there's times where I'm like, girl, like just shut the fuck up, or like stop. But I also feel like this environment just brings that out in her. And I feel like, and that to say, like, you can be the nicest, most genuine person, but when you're in an environment like that where it's full of negativity and he said, she said, and people are creating drama out of fucking nothing, and it's like always something, and like there's always tension, there's always something going on, you don't want to be around those people. Like but this is like her job. Like she has to film with these people and constantly be around these people. Like it's so exhausting. So I think she's just put in these situations that bring out the worst in her, unfortunately. So that's my opinion on that. But anyways, let's get into like the drama, the tea of the season, because there's a lot. So the first, I'm actually gonna like go down the episodes, and I'm so mad. I should have taken notes while I was going through like episode by episode, and I didn't. So the first episode is basically Nicole trying to reach out to Emma to like apologize to her, because if y'all don't remember, like last season she made up this rumor, or I guess she heard it and then spread it, that Emma was messing around with a married man, and that's something like Nicole she's always running her mouth. She's always running her fucking mouth. And then she wonders why the girls don't like her, or she wonders why nobody fucks with her. Like she'll be like, oh, but I just said what I heard. Bitch, you don't have to say what you hear. You don't have to say everything that you hear. Like you don't, you know what I mean? And especially if you ain't got no receipts, like you've got nothing holding this thing that you heard to be true. So that's why I think she rubs everybody the wrong way. It's just like, bitch, you're doing too much of this and you need to be like, just shut your mouth. But she's always like bringing up something that she heard, and it's like, girl, she's so exhausting. But of course Emma was just like, no, like you knew what you were doing, like you knew exactly what you were saying, like you were basically like you were out to get me, like admit it. So she was not having that, which I was like, good for Emma, because I feel like Emma is also someone who is very like unproblematic, and she doesn't like confrontation. Like you can tell in her face, like how she gets really like, you can tell she gets like tense and very anxious. So I'm glad that she was just like, no, bitch, like I really don't accept your apology. She was basically like, we can agree to disagree. And that was it. Then they go into the second episode, and this was the Friendsgiving episode. And girl, I remember the last time Chrishell and Nicole had a big blowout. It was when Chrishell was basically saying that Nicole was a drug addict and she was like a fucking cokehead and all. Like she basically threw drug addict out there. And Nicole, they were all like at this little retreat. This is where they were all trying to get along and like have like a little girl retreat, and it blew up. And then the next day Nicole went and she like got a drug test done, and she brought it back to Mary to show the office. Like she was not playing around. She was mad as hell. She was so mad that Chrishell did that shit. But her and Chrishell were going back and forth all the time too. Like, and this is the thing, like Nicole would always like instigate shit when it came to Chrishell. And Chrishell finally was like, she had enough, and she was like, I think she just like blew up. It was terrible. Like everyone was like, oh my God, like she called her a crackhead. Like it was so crazy. I remember that season was so dramatic. So they're back at it again, and they're at the girls' giving, and everyone's there. Like pretty much everyone is at this girls' giving. Including Alana, which Alana's pretty new to the office, and I find it so hilarious because she has like zero drama, and she's always there when these things occur, and then in the blink of an eye she's just not there anymore. Like she gets her ass up and she leaves. Like that girl is like, if it ain't about the business, if it ain't about the money, I'm gonna make my way out. Like she does not care. She doesn't have a care in the world for these bitches' drama. She's just trying to get that check. So I actually really like Alana for that. People might say she's dry and she got no drama, but I'm like, I want to hear more about Alana. Like I really want to see what her life is like. Like I would like to get more of a like an inner look at her life and like what she does, like as far as the business and stuff. Like I don't really care for the drama. I just want to know more about her. But it was just so funny how the whole thing started, because they're all like basically talking about things that they're grateful for, and they're all going down the table. Each one is saying, you know, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, whatever. And Nicole said that she had an instance or something where she couldn't like see out of one of her eyes or something. And she was like, well, so now after that happened, like, I'm really grateful for my eyesight. Like, I'm so glad that I can see. Like, I'm so grateful. And then here goes Chrishell. Chrishell's looking at her like with that face that she always has, that like she looks like she's fucking constipated and she's trying to force a smile. Like that's that face where she's like, I've had enough. It's so funny. So she's looking at her with that face and she's like, okay, Nicole's grateful for her fucking eyesight. Like, let's move on. And even with that comment alone, I was like, wow, she's such a bitch. But she hates Nicole. You can tell she hates Nicole. That's why. So it's like, you know, when you just hate someone so much and any little thing that they do or say just really bothers you, like they could just be breathing next to you and you're like, can you not? Like, so that's the point that Chrishell and Nicole are at, just in life with each other. So yeah, I don't even know how this whole thing escalated. I don't even remember fully how the conversation went after that. That it just escalated basically, and Chrishell and Nicole started like going at it, and Nicole says something along the lines of like, of course the drugs get brought up again. Like, I don't know what it is with Chrishell and like constantly having to bring up that Nicole like does drugs or something. And then Nicole basically looks at her and goes, no, honey, you're mistaking me for your parents. She was like, bitch, you want to go to hell? We'll take it there. Like, I know the guy who runs it. I'm bringing you with me. Like, she was not having it. And you know what? Say what you want. I feel like people are like, no, that's so low. Like, that's a low blow. Like, but what's low to you? Because if someone was calling me a crackhead constantly, and if I know it's not true, like, I don't know if Nicole's a fucking crack. We don't know what this girl does on her free time, whatever, but she does deny it. She's like, you know, I don't, like, I've tried coke, or, you know, like, who hasn't? They live in LA. She's making it seem like I'm like a fucking crackhead and I'm out here doing drugs all the time. Like, so if someone was accusing me of shit like that, like, yeah, that can affect your business. That affects, that affects a lot of shit. People are going to start looking at you like a crackhead. So, like, yeah, I feel like to me, that's going low. Like, yeah, she talked about her parents, but I think they both went low. Like, what's not low to one person is probably low to the other. And to Nicole, she's like, yeah, like calling me a drug addict all the time and like constantly bringing up the fact that I do drugs or did drugs. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're trying to you're trying to throw blows at like my character and make people see me a certain way. So yeah, I think she just got sick of it and was like, no, bitch, like, you're mistaking me for your fucking parents. And she went low and everyone was like, oh my God. And I was just like, yo, like, because I feel like these girls have done and said worse about each other. Like, they were literally just talking about how Nicole's a cancer and all this shit, and she's just like eats away at people. Like, that's fucked up. So I feel like it's one of those things that's like, you can say things, but I can't. It's like, y'all both went low. Like, I admit it. Like, y'all both have been to hell and back with the jabs. Like, just fucking never speak to each other again. Like, call it what it is. You hate each other and leave it at that. Don't interact with each other ever again. Like, what do you need to interact for? Yeah, I don't know. People are like saying how she went super, super low, but then there's also, you know, I've been seeing two equal sides. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, no, she took it too far. And then there's a lot of people that were like, well, if you say this about me, I'm going to take it to hell. And I think for the most part, that's what most people think. Because I think in the moment, when you're triggered like that, you're just going to say anything. Like, not a lot of people have the self-control to like not hit back harder. Especially if you're calling someone like a fucking crackhead all the time. Whatever it is, what it is. And then Amanda really pissed me off. Like, she was really pissing me off this episode because she was like going off, and she seemed way more upset than Chrishell and like anybody at that table. And I was just like, what the fuck? Amanda actually lied a lot while she was at that Friendsgiving, saying like, oh, me and Nicole have done coke together. Like she was saying all this shit about how she does do these things, and Nicole was like, you have no, like, we've never done coke together. And this was at the reunion, actually. She like confronted Amanda and was like, when have you ever seen me like do coke? And Amanda was like, I don't think I ever have. And she's like, okay, so like, why would you lie? Like, she sat there and just fucking lied on camera about all of these things. So I don't know, Amanda really pisses me off too, because this is not the first time that she's like lied about something like on camera. Like, I feel like she said like, I was triggered, so I just like said something, and I said something and that I heard or whatever, and I thought it to be true. And it's like, well, that's your first fucking, like, why would you do that, you know? Like, but yeah, so at the reunion she confirmed that her and Nicole have in fact never done coke together. So yeah, this happens, and like, you know, after that episode, everyone's kind of like, there's tension and there's all this going on. And then you have Jason and Brett, and their biggest thing is like, what are we gonna do with these hedges? Like, what? These two are so corny. Like, I can't with them. Like, they're just there at this point. And then it starts getting into Emma's love life. And let me just say a little something about Emma. I don't have an issue with Emma. I think she's a sweet girl. It does make me roll my eyes a lot that she has an empanada business. And that's how she says it. My empanadas. Because honestly, what the fuck are you doing with an empanada business? Riddle me that. I have no idea what made her want to go that route, but that's always gonna fucking bother me. Anyways, that being said, she has this boyfriend that she's been like on and off with practically for, I don't even remember how long she said, but it's been years. And in my mind, I'm like, listen, if it hasn't worked out by now, like, girl, just fucking let it go. But she's like, you know, we all have that one person that we just like can't let go. Like, you can't ever fully let go. And I'm like, yes, the fuck you can. Like, what are you talking about? You can definitely let go of him, sis. You just don't want to. So he is someone that Chrishell just absolutely dislikes. Like, she does not fucking like him. I can see that Chelsea is trying to be supportive of Emma. Oh, and by the way, I love Chelsea. Like, I know Chelsea had her shit with Bree, and like, I think it was like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Like, Bree and Chelsea had this whole thing because Chelsea was very opinionated on her relationship with Nick Cannon, and you know, like, she was basically like, I don't approve this. Like, this is so many broken homes, and it's like she had a lot of good facts, like, obviously, but it was also just like, bitch, this isn't your relationship. Like, you can't. If Bree's happy where she's at, like, you can't change that. Like, it is what it is. But she was like constantly going off about like Bree, and they really didn't fuck with each other. They didn't like each other. But then at one point I thought that they like kind of like were just like, okay, like, we're just gonna let it be. I even remember them making up and like hugging at one point. So I don't know why. Like, I guess the beef just kept going on after that, because I think Bree is very much that person. Like, once you have beef with me, you're gonna have beef with me forever. Like, she's definitely that bitch. Like, I feel like this season Chelsea was bringing such a different energy. Like, I felt like she was a lot more soft. Like, she was like in her soft girl era. Like, I don't know what it is, but her energy has really shifted, because she used to be very like guarded, and you could tell I feel like she was just really going through things already in her marriage, and just the whole Bree thing kind of just brought out a side of her that it was just like, like, I don't really like this, you know. But I always liked Chelsea. Like, I liked her as a person, and like, she's that bitch. I love her. But I didn't like when her and Bree were like feuding, because I was just like, this has nothing, like, this isn't your business, you know. When Bree came to her on camera and told her that her husband was cheating on her or like having an affair, whatever, it was like, girl, you got your lick back. You know what I mean? Like, you embarrassed this woman on camera, and everyone was like, you know, I think she did it purposefully. Like, she wanted to do that. And Bree denies it, whatever. But you can't tell me if you got beef with someone, like, I think Bree was happy as hell to tell that girl that her man was having an affair. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. But it was like, girl, like, after that, I feel like Chelsea moved on. Like, she doesn't talk about Bree. She doesn't bring her up, like, ever. This whole season, she did not talk about Bree, not once. And when that new girl, Sandra, I think her name is Sandra, but she annoyed the shit out of me. She was trying to get something out of Chelsea, and Chelsea was just basically like, girl, like, mind your fucking business. So I love that Chelsea was just more like, she like wasn't with the drama this season. And I love how, like, I feel like she like scaled back on her makeup. It makes her look a lot softer. Like, I don't know, she just changed in ways where I'm just like, her energy just feels so good to me. But I don't know, I really like Chelsea this season. Like, I really enjoyed her. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I feel like Chelsea was just being supportive, and Chrishell was just basically telling Emma, like, I can't fucking stand your boyfriend. Like, I hate him. And you can tell she was just so, Emma was really like, you can tell she was just so uncomfortable whenever they were talking about him or like filming scenes together and he gets brought up. Because I mean, yeah, you don't want your best friend sitting there talking about your boyfriend or whatever and telling basically the world how much they hate him. Like, that sucks. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. Like, Chrishell hates him, and it come to find out, like, because Chrishell did blast so much on social media that like he was MAGA and like he didn't respect pronouns, and he was like using the N-word and trying to like justify it to Chelsea, saying that, oh, he has black friends so he's able to whatever. And then even at the reunion, Chelsea was like, I am not defending that man. Like, don't even ask me anything. Like, I am fucking never defending him in my life. So that told me all I needed to know right there. And Chrishell, I feel like she has valid points, because I think Chrishell's at a point where she just like, number one, because she's queer, she doesn't want to surround herself with people who look at her like pronouns are stupid or your lifestyle is stupid. Like, yeah, why the fuck? She gets enough of that from the public eye. So 1,000%, why would you want anyone in your space in like real life and real time who feels like that? Like, I would feel the exact same way. If you don't support me or my partner, like, we don't need to be in the same, like, I don't need to fuck with you. Like, that's it. So, and I feel like Chrishell's very much like that. Like, her and G, like, when it comes to G, she's just very protective of them, and you can see like she protects her energy and her relationship above all. So I think that's the reason why, like, I just feel like in order for people to get the bigger picture, Chrishell kind of had to put it out there, like, hey, I'm not picking at her because I just don't like her boyfriend. Like, no, there are solid real reasons why I don't like him, you know, like, he's just a terrible person, and saying like how he's MAGA and all this shit. And so, yeah, she doesn't want to fucking be around him. Everyone's like, you know, like, that's your best friend. Like, you should still be there for her, whatever. But at the reunion, Chrishell did say, like, I have been there for her. But how many times can you be there for someone who, like, if you're constantly, listen, as a friend, if you're constantly calling me and telling me, oh, like, all the bad things in your relationship, right? Eventually, I don't care how much you love your friend, you're going to start looking at their partner, and you're going to look at your friend, and you're going to be like, I'm gonna need you to leave him, sis. Like, I can't keep, or you just have to stop telling me what's going on. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't be a shoulder for you to cry on anymore, because this is starting to make me look at him in a way where I don't like him for you at all. And if you keep being in a relationship with him, like, I just can't, I'm not gonna be able to be around you with him or anything, you know? And you start to look at them differently, because you see them and you're like, you kind of put them on this pedestal, and you're like, I believe that you deserve so much, and I want you to have the love that you truly deserve. So when you don't see that, and you see that a partner is manipulating them and like treating them like shit, you start to look at them and you're like, well, you don't even value yourself, you know? Like, it just becomes really, I don't know, it's very sticky. And this is why I'm always like, you can't tell your friends like every little thing that goes on in your relationship, because they will start looking at your man differently. Even if you sit there and you forgive them and you work it out a million times, it's always going to be there. Like, I've definitely gone through it with friends. Like, I feel like this is like a universal thing. We all go through this with our girls. But so pardon me, yeah, like, I understood when this was all at the reunion. I keep going back and forth because a lot of the things that were explained from the seasons came out at the reunion. So at the reunion, I can almost feel like Chrishell, she was getting so emotional, because she was like, Emma, like, I love you, like, I loved our friendship, but I can't deal with this anymore. And you can't blame her for like stepping back and realizing this probably cannot be a friendship that I can keep or can be in, because her boyfriend has all these views about, you know, people like me, and they're very serious and very hurtful. And the fact that my best friend can be with someone like that is, I don't know, it's very side eye. So I 100% agree with everything that I keep calling her Chelsea, for everything that Chrishell felt in that moment, because I put myself in her shoes and I was like, yeah, like, if it was a friend, like, I wouldn't be able to do it either. Like, I love you so much, but I can only love you from a distance now at this point, because I don't agree with the relationship. I don't agree with this. And I know that you're better than that. And I don't know, I wonder what Chrishell's sign is, because I'm a Virgo, and I feel like that's very much a trait in us. Like, we see the best in people. So when you don't see it in yourself, it's almost like, not that I can't associate myself with you, but every time I'm around you, I'm gonna try to like make you see it for yourself, and I get frustrated if you don't. Like, I don't, it's so weird for me to explain, but I just, yeah, I'll just get frustrated with you because I'm like, bitch, like, you deserve better. Like, what are you doing? That happened to be the fallout of Chrishell and Emma, which sucks because, you know, her, Chelsea, and Chrishell were always, you know, like the three musketeers. I really enjoyed watching their friendship over the years grow. So that was really sad to know that a fucking little dirtbag boy, like, you know, came in between that and like ruined everything. Even though it is Emma's fault too, because she is with this dirtbag boy on and off. But I'm like, was it really worth it? Like, I don't think so. And then after that, we get into Mary, and, you know, everyone's in the office. They're talking about the fires. And I really liked how Emma kind of like reached out to Brie and was like, hey, like, how was everything? Like, I know they weren't talking like at all, because when the whole thing happened, I think with like Chelsea's, with Brie bringing the affair up to Chelsea on camera and stuff, I think people were kind of torn at that point, like Chrishell, Emma, and everyone, because they were like, oh, like, did she do it on purpose? Like, they were just like, oh, like, this was definitely a plot to like bring Chelsea down, and that's their girl, you know. So of course they're gonna pick Chelsea over Brie, so they don't really have a relationship with Brie anymore, you know. So yeah, despite their differences, Emma reached out to Brie while they were in the office and was like, you know, how are you, like, after the wildfires and all this stuff, like, how's the baby? So I thought that was really nice, because no matter what, they're all going through something. Like, this is some tragic shit that's happening to everybody, you know. And Brie was like, you know, we're good, like, things could have been so much worse, this and that. But Emma and Brie are like not really close like that. And then while they're having that conversation, I think it's Jason comes out and says like, oh my God, Mary just sent me a video, like she got robbed, which was so freaking crazy. Like, they took so much shit. I felt really bad because, just like Chelsea said, like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, she had family heirlooms get taken away, like just stuff that you worked so hard for. Like, I know Mary was a single mom for a really long time. I just can't imagine, like, yeah, it's materialistic things, but that's not the point. It's like, the point is, I've worked my ass off to get here, and like, these were my things, you know. It's fucking violating. And then they end up hosting like this little dinner for Mary, just to show her, like, you know, like, we're here for you, like, we care about you. Well, for her and Romaine, because Romaine did go through it too. Which also, like, are we kind of shocked? Like, I don't know what it was, but like, I feel like when Mary and Romaine first got together, I was one of those people that was like, oh, I don't think they're gonna last very long. Like, he ain't gonna last long with this girl. And they really, they got married. Like, they really been together for a long time. So like, good for them, because they really proved me wrong. I don't know, I just always used to look at Romaine like a little iffy, but now I like love him. I feel like he really balances Mary out. But yeah, so then they did this little dinner thing for them, and that's when things got a little heated, because I think like prior to that, Chelsea reached out to Mary and like sent her flowers. And of course, Brie was at the house when Mary sent the flowers. So Brie starts wilding out. She's like, oh, these fucking ugly ass flowers. Like, they probably have fucking voodoo on them. Like, all this shit, which is like, girl, chill the fuck out. Like, I do not like that she said that shit. And also, the little microaggressions towards Chelsea and the office have gotten so bad. Like, I can't even, sometimes I get really... I'm telling you, I get so uncomfortable watching this shit, because if y'all don't remember, like, last season, Mary also like was complaining so hard about what Chelsea was wearing, when it's like, bitch, y'all all be showing up, teta pa fuera, nalga pa fuera, like all of their boobs and ass showing all the time to showings. Like, let's be for real. Like, I feel like they pick and choose, and this is what I was saying before, like, they fucking try and pick and choose who can do what at the office and outside of the office. And it's like, yeah, so she made this huge ass deal, and that's why Chelsea don't really fuck with her Mary in the first place, because Mary made this huge ass deal about what Chelsea was wearing at like a broker's open or like an open house, whatever. And it's like, girl, I know y'all, like, I just can't get it. I can't get that out of my head, because I'm like, y'all all be dressing like crazy as hell. Like if y'all are going to a nightclub, like, look at all the outfits that they wear throughout all the seasons, all of them. Like, it's insane to me. She really like went to the little twins, to the little midgets, and tried to get like Chelsea in trouble too. And like, it's always, I feel like they just pick at the stupidest shit. I feel like Mary is like, depends on Brie too much now. Like, I feel like Mary would not have she would not be saying some shit like that. Like, she would not be acting the way Bree's acting. Like, I feel like I don't even think her and Bree have like anything else in common besides not liking Chelsea at this point. And I think it's definitely apparent. To me, that's so fucking corny. Like, if y'all are bonding because you don't like me or because you don't have a similar person, like, or just because y'all just don't like a similar person, that's the corniest shit. Like, you're a corny ass bitch for that. And you cannot change my mind about it. But I feel like her and Mary have nothing in common. I think she just looks at Bree and is like, oh my God, I wish I could be like that. Like, I wish I could defend myself like that. So I feel like she uses Bree to do that, you know, and Bree doesn't see it. But like, I don't think they have anything in common besides that. But that's just, I don't know, that's just how I feel like from the outside looking in. But Bree had a whole lot to say about them fucking flowers. And then when they were all at this dinner, it's so funny because she became really mute. She didn't say not one fucking thing while Chelsea was sitting right there. Like, she could have defended Mary or said something. No, she left Mary in the pits. Like, she was like, no, girl, this is your argument. You gonna argue with today. Like, I don't got the arguing in me today. Like, I only have it on camera. So I was just like, that was a little weird, because if Mary's such a friend, like, you could have went off too, you know, like, you could have said your piece just like you did when them flowers were sent. So I don't know, my eyes was rolling a little at that too. I was like, Bree, come on, like, I know you got it in you, like, stick up for your friend if that's really your friend, you know. But yeah, Mary brought up at the dinner, like, she looked at Chelsea and was like, oh, I don't feel like it was genuine, like, you did it in front of the cameras, like, you could have texted me. And Chelsea was like, bitch, why would I text you? Because honestly, I agree 100%. If we haven't talked, if we don't talk, I don't know shit about you anymore. You don't know shit about me. We don't text on a regular basis. Like, you not in my life no more. Ain't no fucking way I'm texting you. I think flowers suffice. Like, and you can't choose how people show their love and their affection to you. You can't pick and choose like how someone's gonna tell you they're sorry and be mad about it. You know, like, I think that is so fucking weird. Like, I hate that. So I honestly don't think Mary was even all that upset about Chelsea sending her the flowers. I think because of Bree's reaction, that's what made it a bigger deal for her. Like, she was just like, let me ride this out, because on camera. And then she did like a little interview. I saw this little interview on Instagram yesterday, and she was like, I wasn't mad at Chelsea. I wasn't mad that she like sent me the flowers. I was mad that production like set it up to like put it on camera or something like. And I was like, bitch, are we watching the same show? Like, you were clearly mad that Chelsea sent you the flowers. Like, you were like literally going off on her and talking about how, oh, she claims like she's a single mom. No, like, don't you get child support? Don't you get this and this? Like, and Mary just looks so fucking stupid, because Chelsea checked her ass. Like, she checked her up and down. She was like, no, baby, like, I don't get shit. Like, I do everything by my damn self. And then she was also like, I didn't have to set up a time for the cameras to be there. The cameras are gonna catch my fucking face regardless, bitch. Like, and I was like, T, like, you tell her, Chelsea. But she was going off on Mary. And I was like, you know what? Someone needed to do it, because Mary was off her rocker. Like, how are you mad that someone sent you flowers during a hard time? And it's like, yeah, you guys don't talk or anything, but you're still in the same office. You still work together. You have this fucking show together. The least she could have did was send you flowers. And that's how she felt. She was like, I felt like I wanted to send her flowers. So whatever. I think that thing was just, it was taken so out of proportion. And Mary was just doing too fucking much. And Mary was like, she was really pissing me off this season. Like, I felt really bad for her. You know, obviously I wouldn't wish that on anybody about the robbery, but the way she handled everything was disgusting. Like, it was so fucking disgusting. And I was just like, y'all can't be treating people like this. Like, you really, like, I would have took the flowers and just been like, okay, thank you. That's it. If I had a problem with them, whatever, toss them in the trash. You don't have to keep the flowers. But like, the sentiment, I would have been like, okay, like, that's cool, whatever, moved on with my life. Like, she blew it up. And then, you know, like, she was going off on her. Like, you can't tell me like how to show you empathy or love. And then but then, like, if she hadn't texted her, if she hadn't said her anything, she would have been looked at as a bitch too, you know. So it's like, with people like that, you can't win. Like, it's always going to be something. They're always going to paint you out to be something. I don't know. I was totally team Chelsea at that point. I was team Chelsea like all the fucking way, because hell no, y'all ain't about to be mad that I sent some flowers. Like, please get your life together, yo. And mind you, this episode was called Scary Mary, because they say that this is how Mary, like when Mary was at that dinner, she was very skittish. Like, I don't know what's been going on with Mary. Like, people are saying that they think that she's like doing drugs, and I'm not. That's allegedly. Like, I'm not gonna say that she is, but her behavior has been so like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like the way she talks, and like she's like very like just like skittish, and like just her face expressions, just I don't know, it just makes it look really weird. And then to add another layer to that, they named this episode Scary Mary, and they say like that's how Mary gets when she's like on cocaine, allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly because I don't fucking know. This is just shit that's like on the internet. So I was like, wow, like that is crazy. Like I would not want to be called Scary Mary. Like what the hell? So yeah, of course the dynamic shifts after all of that. Like, oh, and then like towards the end, I think like Brett and Jason are like trying like be like, turn the cameras off. Because of course their precious little Mary, their Mary had a little lamb. I swear they will protect this woman at all costs. Like when it comes to Mary, those men will always have Mary's back. They don't give a fuck about anybody else at that office. They will have Mary's back. That is their girl. Like that's their ride or die. Like they don't give a fuck. And I think Mary will always pick those two over any women in the office as well. Like they're just, that's how they are. You can tell. And then Chelsea's looking at them like, no, leave the fucking cameras on. Like, why are you trying to protect her for? Like, no, let everyone watch exactly what's going on. Like, you're not about to shut these fucking cameras off. So I was so glad that Chelsea like stood up for herself and like did that shit, especially towards them. Cause they were really like trying to be like, no, like we'll pull the show. And she's like, I don't give a shit. Like the hell. Bree ends up throwing like this Galentine's Day, like anti-F Galentine's Day party, and it's got like Botox and all that shit, which I find really ironic because she was in confessionals throwing shots at Chelsea, talking about she doesn't need any more Botox, she don't need nothing else happening to her face, while they're over here shooting up semen in their faces. Like, girl, relax, because you're not too far. So I don't know, I was just like, wow, that is going on. And it was a really cute party though. Like it was really cute. And then of course she had like, I guess she said like her party planner had set out all the names of everyone. Even if they didn't accept the invite, she had put it out anyway. Like whoever said no, they were still on the table with their names. So Mary gets there and she sees Chelsea's name. Girl, you would think Chelsea like murdered her family or something. Like it was so awkward and weird when she saw her name. She starts like hyperventilating, like she's like crying, like she makes it a huge scene. Like if Chelsea is such a fucking like menace to society or like has done something so terrible to her, like the girl sent you flowers. Like what the I'm so flabbergasted by this behavior. And she makes it seem like she's just like this violent, angry ass woman who's gonna like attack her or something. And I'm just like, y'all really fucking would. So I was just so pissed off. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like I was literally watching the show and I couldn't any longer. Like I had to take a break because I was just like so mad. Like my blood was starting to like fume. I was just like, I feel for Chelsea so bad. Like I would want to fight all of these women because like, why are you looking at my name and crying? Like, so she's like, oh my God, like I didn't know Chelsea was going to be here. And Bree's looking at her like, girl, relax. Like she's not coming. Like what the fuck? Even Bree's looking at her like, bitch, you need to chill. Like she was like, come on, let's throw this name. Like you need to like relax. I don't know. It was just so over the top. Like it was so over the top. Like girl, there was no need to react like that. And you know what else I found really weird is that Mary seems to feel really safe around Bree, who is like the most combative, most like Bree is really she's confrontational. She doesn't give a fuck. Like she will tell you how it is in that moment, but she's afraid of Chelsea, who has honestly been nothing but like nice to her, like literally sent you flowers to show you like she cares, you know, like a little bit. And it just pisses me off because I feel like when Chelsea was going through divorce, she got like zero support. Like no one fucking reached out to her. Like I don't think anyone was trying to like be there for her or show her grace or support. But then of course Mary got robbed, and then there was a whole fucking dinner for her. Like there was a whole dinner there for her. Like where's this energy for Chelsea? There's never the same energy for Chelsea. And then it's also like mind-boggling to me too that Mary was willing to accept 2 Rolex watches on camera but wouldn't accept flowers. That's ingenuine. Like there's just so many things that I was just like, yo, like this. It's not adding up, sis. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4 at this point. I don't know what to tell y'all. But Mary was definitely, she had a lot of Karen behavior this season, and I was not with it. Like, it made, ugh, it gave me such an ick. And then I'm going to touch on Sandra just a little bit, because I feel like she was also trying to be very messy. Like, you don't just go into a group, especially of like tight knit girls, and then she's like fishing for like information and gossip. Like, girl, no, you got to just take what you get and let it be. Like, you know, create your own opinions of people, form your own opinions on people, and that's it. Like, don't go trying to fish information out of people. Like, I hated the way she was trying to like tell Chelsea, oh, like, you're wrong for not accepting Bree's invitation to like the Galentine's thing, because Bree invited everyone at the office. And the girls that didn't want to go, like, said straight up, like, I have other plans, or I'm not going. Like, it is what it is. And Chelsea told her straight up, like, why are you asking me this? Like, you need to mind your fucking business. Like, she put her in her place, because it's like, girl, you are new. Like, you have no idea, like, what our dynamic is, like, what our situation is even. Like, if you want to go and side with Bree, then go stay there, you know? Like, don't be trying to come to me for information that you have no, like, I'm not going to give it to you. Like, I know what you're trying to do. With the whole Chrishell thing, like, she was like, oh, I have this like gut feeling that she doesn't like me. Like, who cares? Like, keep it moving then. Like, y'all don't got to be besties. Like, it is what it is. But she made it such a huge deal, and like was even crying at like the open house to Chrishell. Like, and Chrishell straight up told her, you want to do this? Like, we can do this. And she was like came out and like brought receipts and was like, well, I know this girl, and she told me that you keyed her car and all this shit. And then I don't know. I think she did key her car. I think she did, because the way, you can't tell me like you're gonna start crying after that. Like, nah, you were mad because she knows. But I don't know. I was not liking her. Like, I found her really annoying, and I was excited to like have her on the cast and like see what she was about. And then immediately I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, at the reunion, basically Amanda, you know, said that she lied. She used a fake ass story against her friend. And you know what pisses me off? She always says that Nicole is one of her closest, longest friends. Like, why would you do that? I hope Nicole cut Amanda out, because ain't no close friend of mine doing some shit like that to me. Like, you got to be out of your mind. And then they got into, you know, the Chrishell and Emma, they got into it. And, you know, Chrishell was basically telling her, like, I can't, like, I had to distance myself from you. Like, this is just becoming way too much. Like, everything I talked about before, they talked about at the reunion. And Emma was like, you know, I feel like you weren't there for me. And Chrishell was like, I was there for you. Like, I was there for you when you were continuously calling me, crying about this man. Who else was there for you? But yeah, when I decide to put my foot down and say, I don't want to deal with this anymore, because you're going to keep making those same mistakes and like be with this terrible person, I can't be there for you anymore. Like, I have to think about my mental health and how it makes me feel too. And I just feel like two things can be true. Like, Emma can feel like that, like maybe she felt like her friend really wasn't there for her when she needed her the most, and then Chrishell can also feel like, I can't support you at this time, you know. So I think their story is just a story of, you know, like, they both love each other so much, like they don't want to hurt each other, but then they ended up hurting each other. I don't know, it's weird. And then they brought up the fact that like Chrishell was going online and like trashing, you know, Emma's boyfriend online, which ended up like giving Emma hate, and everyone was like, no, like, you don't go on social media and like trash your friend or whatever. And literally everyone on stage was like, no, like, we don't take shit to social media, like, handle it like in real life, you know. But then I also understand, like, I think Chrishell was just trying to defend the fact that she didn't like who this man is. But then it ended up backfiring, because yeah, Emma gets all the hate. She's the one that's on the fucking show, you know. But I don't know. I felt for both of them. Chrishell more than Emma, because Emma knows what she's doing and who she's dating. And I really hope that she opens her fucking eyes, because I think Chrishell's right. Like, he will get you pregnant and he will trap your ass. Like, he does not look like the type of person that like she needs to be with. I don't know. So that was just I don't know. I was team Chrishell on that part. And then Chrishell and Bree end up, oh my God, they're like having a scream, like, it was on some fuck you, like, you don't fucking talk to me like that. Like, Brie was like, bitch, like, it was bitches getting thrown. Like, it got really disrespectful. It was crazy. So safe to say that her and Brie definitely do not like each other. And Brie was literally telling Chrishell, like, what problem did you ever have with me? Like, what did you have with me? Like, what And I feel like Brie was also trying to be combative with Chelsea too. Like she was kind of throwing some jabs at Chelsea, and Chelsea was not good. Like I feel like Chelsea's just at that point where she's like, I do not give a fuck. Like if you're not getting me a check, like I don't have time for this shit. Like a bitch is just trying to move on and thrive. Like I really feel like she's truly unbothered by Brie. And think about how many times Brie mentioned Chelsea in this season alone. Like go back and rewatch. Like Chelsea has not mentioned that girl like at all. You can see she's got big girl problems to think about, you know. And then Brie is still stuck on like, I just feel like she's still stuck on like 2 seasons ago. And it's like, girl, like get over it, you know. Oh, and then Chrishell brought up like text messages that she saw from Brie's old assistant about her and G, and she was like, she's like, I've never said anything about G. She's like, I actually like G way more than I've ever liked you. And I thought that was so funny. I started cracking up. So then Brie is sitting there like talking and saying like, I've never had a problem with you. I've never said anything about you here to any of these women. And then Chrishell starts talking and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm talking. And Chrishell's like, I don't give a fuck if you're talking. Like they just start going off on each other. And Mary's sitting there like, guys, grow up. Like this is so high school. Like y'all all just wasn't like, you wasn't on some high school shit and fucking catching a fit seeing a name the other day. Like you need to grow up, girl. So then of course Mary walks off stage. Amanda follows suit. Who else follows? Like 2 other people follow suit. And I'm just like, oh my God. And Brie's sitting there like, listen, you want to do it? Like y'all want to bring shit up and then like end it when things get heated? Like, no, I'm here to clear shit up. Like, let's finish it. And he was like, no, we're going to go on a lunch break. It was so funny. But I will give it to Brie though. Like she's very like, she doesn't take no shit, which I do like that about her. Like there's a lot of things that I like about a lot of the girls. Like I don't agree with everything they do, but I don't like hate any of them, you know. The tension was so thick at that reunion. Emma was sitting next to Brie, and I don't know if they tell them where to sit in the reunions, but I thought that was really interesting considering that her and Emma were not friends. And then Chelsea and Chrishell were sitting next to each other, you know. Amanda was next to Chelsea. I just feel like the dynamic has changed so much, and Chrishell has already said that she is not coming back for another season, which I don't blame her. I think she's just over it. And when you're constantly put in these situations where like the worst comes out in you because you're just constantly tried, or like things are, I don't know, people have a whole different view of Chrishell. Like tell me what you guys think, like, because obviously there's 2 sides to every story and there's probably so much shit that we don't see, obviously. But I think Chrishell's just starting to like really get old. Like she's tired of like having to constantly defend herself and her partner, and like she's not going to be a punching bag anymore the way she was in the first couple seasons, you know. But people are like, you know, Chrishell can never take accountability, this and then this. Yeah, when I think it comes to like her and Nicole, I don't think any of them have ever wanted to take accountability because both of them fucking hate each other. Like no one has ever wanted, like truly wanted to apologize to each other, because I think it runs so much deeper than this show and everything. Like I don't know, their drama is like some serious crazy, like it's serious. Chrishell and Brie, I don't remember them ever having like this huge issue or anything. Like I don't know, it's so weird. So that's how I know that there's things that we just don't know. Like where did all the animosity of like Mary having towards Chelsea come from? Like because I know it wasn't about that thing that happened like with the outfit. Like so what, you called her out on her outfit, she set you straight, but then after that I thought things were like okay. I don't truly remember, but like that's, to me, that's no need to like have that much hate towards someone. But like all of the OGs are like basically gone. Like Mary's the only one left. So I don't know, that goes to say a lot. But going back to what I said in the beginning, I really would love for Christine to like make a little guest appearance and be like, no bitch, no, this y'all need to get it together. Oh, like bring the queen bee in there, like let her gather these bitches on up. But yeah, so that was like the little debrief. You guys have to let me know what you think. If there's so much stuff that I probably missed, but like I'm trying to get this all done together in like an hour. I don't know, at this point we'll see what next season is looking like, especially since Chrishell's not going to be on. I don't know, I think it's just going to be really different, but I'm excited to see what's going on. Oh, and also I did hear that there's like a lawsuit going on right now between Brie and some of the cast members, including Chrishell. So that's kind of crazy. That's really interesting. But yeah, chismosas, that's a wrap on today's Selling Sunset Chisme. I'm sorry it had to be a whole episode. I'm sorry for whoever doesn't watch the show, but it had to be. There's so much going on that we had to just like recap and go over. But yeah, don't let the conversation stop here. Let me know what you guys think about. I want to hear all your opinions. Like, I just want to hear it all. So let's keep it going. Make sure to subscribe on our YouTube, where you get to watch the podcast every Thursday. Leave a review and follow me at Beautify Me, and follow the Chisme Corner on Instagram as well. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and remember, there's always room for more chisme here at the Chisme Corner. Bye.